Hello, welcome in. I am Lisa J. Stocks, and today I'm going to just talk a little bit about some stocks that have made moves based on um, big name portfolios and what they did as far as buying and selling. Um, so I see a few people are in the live already. Thank you for tuning in. Let's take a quick look at crypto before we get started looking at our stocks for today. I put out a few crypto videos, including one last night, talking about XRP and Doge, the potential of the ETFs, and some other information. It's a very red day when it comes to crypto. Take a look at Bitcoin's price, 97,000. Ethereum, 2,683. We have XRP slightly down on the day, 0.7%, and currently $2.72. And let's take a look at one more Dogecoin, 26 cents down on the day, like everything else. But today we're going to take a look at some stock market news from the past week related to, some larger names. I think we all saw it in the title. I think I put in everything in the title. Nvidia, Warren Buffett, and Nancy Pelosi, to name a few, what they did and how it affected the stock market. So let's see. First, let's start with this headline. And it is Nancy Pelosi makes Tempus AI stock a top performer after buying call options. And let's go over and take a look at Tempus. I don't know why my news is popping up here. So this is Tempus AI on the month, up 156.13%. So yeah, we saw headlines a few weeks ago that she was investing into this or doing call options on this. So call options is when you anticipate a stock to go up. So Tempus AI, it surged after she started doing this, and she drew a lot of attention to this particular into this stock. And this highlights the growing interest in AI because this stock is a key player when it comes to the AI driven healthcare solution sector. When it comes to AI, I was not familiar with it until I saw those headlines and Nancy Pelosi mentioning it. I did not invest into it as an investment or a trade, but it would have been a great move. So we're talking about individual stocks today, but you have to use your judgment. You have to use more judgment when it comes to individual stocks than ETFs at times, because you're putting money into this one direct holding. And then you have to make sure that you're in tune with how you're going to manage the risk when it comes to it, because the way it's thriving currently may not last. So sometimes in the past, I've been in this situation where I've added something to my portfolio without a full plan of how long I'm going to hold it. If it drops by a certain amount, certain percentage, that I was going to let it go. So some of the individual stocks we're going to look at today, they are currently thriving. But, we have to put the research and work in to see how long that's going to last. And if it does have a severe pullback from where it's currently at, you have to make that decision on if you want to hold it and you think still it's a long-term hold, or if you're going to do it, handle it as a short-term trade and just have to sell it while you're still in profit. So this is one stock that got that blessing from Nancy Pelosi being purchasing those call options. Now let's take a look at another headline, and that came from, let's take a look at this. This is Nvidia made some adjustments to their portfolio, and in this scenario, the stocks that they purchased thrived, and 2 that they sold out of completely, we'll take a look at here. So we have, let's see, my notes are all out of order. So ticker symbol NBIS and ticker symbol WRD were new positions added to Nvidia's portfolio, and these, similar to the first stock that we just took a look at, Tempus AI, are focused around AI, around robotic, and these are AI and robotic investments. So kind of still in that same sector. So we ride stock surged following Nvidia's stock purchase. Let me pull that up. Ticker symbol WRD. So this is one day. This is on the day, up 83.46%. And the other stock that they purchased, let's see, was ticker symbol NBIS. Let's see what it did on the day after this news came out. This one only up 6.69%. So that we ride really thrived from this announcement. So guys, had you seen these things in the news? Did anybody jump on and do a trade or add any of these particular stocks into their portfolio? Let me know. So We Ride is a company, and they are involved in autonomous vehicle technology. So we will see if this continues to thrive the way that it has, or if this is short-lived, as I said. So I'm not suggesting, never a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell anything here, but just wanted to bring these type of these news catalysts, that when we see these large names, what they do in their portfolio, what it can do in the market. So let's take a look back over the past month and see where this was recently. $15. So yeah, up 83%. In that one day. Over the last month, up 149%. So if you are interested in incorporating trades, these are the type of things that we need to be taking a look at, those things that those large names are doing, as well as using resources like you can have in your investment apps to see what are the movers of the day. So now going back to, hard for me to see. I know Sound is an investment that they sold out of completely, Nvidia. And on the day, they were down 28.10%. I was watching a video by another YouTuber who happened to have both of the investments that Nvidia sold out of in their portfolio, and her portfolio was not looking good when we came to the end of last week. Okay. Hi, David and Realist and Abigail and everyone that's tuning in so far. Let me know your thoughts on these stocks that I'm sharing today. So let's take a look at ARM. Now, ARM, what happened with them is that they reduced their position when it comes to ARM in their portfolio. Still looking at Nvidia, what they did. So they ended the day, they ended Friday down 3.21% after this announcement came out. Let's see. over the last month, they were up 8.15% until we came to this adjustment in Nvidia's portfolio. So, just some things to look at and consider when you're building your portfolio or considering trades, as I said. So, now let's move on to, and let me know if there's any other stocks that you want me to take a look at that you've heard any news catalysts on recently. So, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett has made some adjustments to his portfolio in the fourth quarter of 2024 with his investment firm, Berkshire Hathaway. So he's made several notable adjustments to his portfolio, and we'll take a look at some of those companies and talk a little bit about them. So he has bought shares in booze, an alcohol-related spirits company, I guess you would say, and pizza and a pool company, and ditching Ulta Beauty, just to name a bit of what was going on in his portfolio. So let's start with Domino's Pizza. And recently, I had a panel live discussion, and Anthony's Ventures was talking about Domino's Pizza, saying how it's been thriving. Okay, so new addition to Warren Buffett's portfolio. Oh no, increase. This is an increase position to Buffett's portfolio, Domino's. So over the last month, they're up 13.79%. Another company that was increased in Warren Buffett's portfolio, we have Pool Corp. And let's see how they're doing over the last month. They're down 1.50% year to date, up just 0.98%. But, just highlighting these companies because Warren Buffett is someone who sees the big picture. He is known for strategically making adjustments to his portfolio and kind of known as one of the best portfolio managers of all time, making sure to balance those new opportunities and adjusting existing positions across various sectors. So Pool Corp, an increased holding. Let's go on. Take a look at a few more. We have OXY, Occidental Petroleum. Let's see. Let's go further out. Oh, over the last year, this one is down 20.59%. But again, touching on these different companies because of the foresight of the investment portfolios that are making these adjustments. So we'll take a look at two more increased positions when it comes to Warren Buffett's portfolio. We have Siri. On the day, and when I say on the day, it's the weekend, it's a long weekend. The stock market is closed tomorrow. So this is where it ended on Friday. On the day, 2.53%. On the week, 5.94% up. Let's see, over the last year, this one down 43.52% also. Let's take a look. This is the last one in the area of increased holdings. We have VRSN, ticker symbol VeriSign. So this is a company that domain name registry provider. So it highlights the increase in this position highlights the confidence in technology infrastructure. When it comes to Siri, we know that is a satellite radio company, so media and entertainment. Sorry, I wasn't saying this as we were looking at the different companies. We know what Domino's Pizza is. We know what the pool company is. It is what it sounds like exactly, pool supplies. And then Occidental Petroleum is in the energy sector. So this is another company, I was not familiar with this, but you know, this is something that Berkshire Hathaway sees the potential in. So they increase their position. Now let's take a look at a new holding to their portfolio, which is STZ ticker symbol. So this is Constellation Brands. See, over the last year, another one down 33.18%. Down across looking at over the year, over the last week, and on the day. So Constellation Brands is a beverage company. So this is where that reference in our headline about booze comes in. So this is a company known for brands like Corona and Modelo beers. Hi, Chocolate Drop. Thanks for tuning in. We're just talking about some stock market news related to some big names that have made adjustments to their portfolio. We've been talking about Nvidia and Nancy P. And right now we're talking about Warren Buffett. So some positions that that were reduced or completely eliminated from the portfolio. We see in the headline here, Ulta Beauty was one that was completely cut from the portfolio. Now, when it comes to positions that have been reduced in the portfolio, we have quite a few names in the banking and financial services sector. We have Bank of America, Citibank, Capital One, to name a few. Those have all been reduced, as well as New Holdings, which is a digital banking company, and T-Mobile. We know them as a wireless carrier. They have reduced their position in that company, and as well as Charter Communications, another one that has been reduced. Louisiana Pacific Corporation, which is a building materials manufacturer. They've reduced their position there, as well as DaVita Inc. And that is a healthcare company that specializes in kidney care. So when it comes to this area, talk a little bit about go back to positions that were exited completely. Now, I'll tell you, this surprised me, and I'm going to share an article. It just came out. I just saw it recently, so I haven't gotten a good chance to really take a close look at it, but I might do a video about this once I take the time to do some more research. So, positions completely exited from Berkshire Hathaway. We have VLO and SPY, both which track the S&P 500. So, hi, Rob. Thanks for tuning in. So, this is one of those foundational stocks in my portfolio, long-term hold, something that I wouldn't consider selling for those individual stocks. But like I said, just mentioning and highlighting, because at the same time, I do take a lot of, I'm trying to gain knowledge and follow, as I said in a previous video, you have to sometimes copy the right cat and know where you can find good guidance as far as those portfolio moves. these money managers that are managing, I don't even know what the portfolio size of Berkshire Hathaway is off the top. I don't have that information in front of me, but what I'm trying to highlight is these are huge portfolios, and I just want to highlight some of the companies so that you can do some more research, or you can let me know if I've mentioned any particular companies that you want me to do a deeper dive on, do a video on, let me know that. But just wanted to do some stock talk today, specific to some headlines that I saw that really interest me. And um, like I said, these are companies and people that uh, really make the market move and influence retail as well as institutional investors when they make choices like this when it comes to their portfolio. So they have exited completely out of SPY and VOO. So this is, can we see it? No vertical today. I knew I was going to want to share screen a lot. So this is the article. It came out about an hour ago on Benzinga. So it says Bank of America foresees possible 40% S&P 500 plunge due to growth stock bubble. So this is what I was saying. I haven't had a chance to really dig into this, but we'll just quickly take a look at this article. So it's talking about a potential 40% crash, and it goes on to touch on back in the 60s. Right now, we're in the era of the Mag 7 stocks, but back in the 60s, there was a much larger group of stocks that people were following and investing into, and that was called the Nifty 50. I'm not sure if you guys can see. And another time frame that they are relating is back in the late 1990s when we were dealing with the dot-com bubble. So I'm a holder of FXAIX. I get my exposure into the S&P 500 through FXAIX as well as VOO, which we were just taking a look at. So it seems like Bank of America, which usually when I see Bank of America's analyst ratings are usually pretty accurate. I know they're known for having good price targets. So it seems like we might be going through a time period where we're going to be holding and waiting for the recovery on when it comes to S&P 500 investments. So guys, let me know your thoughts on that. I don't know what Robert is saying yes to. That was a minute ago, 322. But yeah, when I saw that they exited the S&P 500 completely, yeah, that surprised me. So I'm definitely going to be taking more time to look into that. The Nifty 50. Yes, yes. Okay, you would be familiar with that. I know you, Robert. You know your history. So now let's go on to a position that Berkshire Hathaway has in the past decreased, but for now they are maintaining their position into. Oh, okay. I'm already sharing the screen, and that is Apple. So they have, like I said, there have been reductions to this, and that kind of made people nervous, but they still have a significant investment. Let me see. Can we see? I don't know. This picture is a bit small, but I'm pretty sure that Apple is still their largest position. So they have held steady with the significant investment. So let me see. They have over 75 billion invested into Apple. So that is one that's actually in my taxable accounts in my growth portfolio. Apple is also my biggest position, not intentionally, but uh, it's something that I kind of was investing into heavily when I started investing on my own. So Thank you, Robert, for being a member. I see you're dropping those members emojis over there. And another position that is maintained in the portfolio in this Q4 2024 adjustment that we're highlighting right now when it comes to Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway is Chevron Corporation. And let's see, how are they doing on the year? Yeah, on the whole year, only up 0.46%, but they're holding strong on this one. So what else do I have here to take a look at? Now, when it comes to Apple, let's go back to Apple. Oh, I done typed over the Apple stock. Have you guys ever wondered, or does it annoy you? It annoys me that Apple's ticker symbol is AAPL instead of APPL. But I should be used to it by now. I've gone on Reddit and tried to Google up why is Apple's ticker AAPL. One of the reasons that I saw was that, they wanted to, by being a double A, it was kind of potentially a way to come up very, very high in the ratings, higher than if their ticker symbol was AP. So don't know if that's true or not. Don't know if anyone else is annoyed by that or has ever been. But okay, back to Apple stock. And I saw some headlines related to Apple. So we're coming up now. Let's see. So Apple stock, yeah, they've gone over $140. 240, I'm sorry, 240. And we hadn't seen that in a while. So Apple stock closes above 240 after 36-day gap. So it had gone down to about 220. And, I'm a long-term investor, so I don't let those type of fluctuations are not gonna shake me out of my position. So even November, they were down in the 220s, had gotten up to 259. The year range, their high was 260.09. But there was a long gap there before they had gone back over 240 is what really has been highlighted in the news. So we will see. I believe in the product. It's a product that I use on a regular basis. I use my iPhone, edit an iMovie. Yeah, I am an Apple user. And they have some news coming up on the 19th. We're going to see what's going on related to the next Apple launch. And they have, let's see, they've revealed their latest products included updates to iPad and MacBooks, and investors' reaction is mixed, but I think that Apple is a brand that has a significant amount of brand loyalty. Who's Team iPhone in the chat? Robert, I know you do. I think you do both. Apple and Samsung are different brands, but I've only ever had, as far as when it comes to smartphones, I've always been on Team iPhone. So retail sentiment has been strong. Market volatility, we're all dealing with so much stress when it comes to our budgets, just dealing with higher costs when it comes to groceries and car insurance and so many different things. So there has been a slowing, I would say, to upgrading when it comes to your phone. And, we got to think when it comes to these companies, like I've said this before, I feel like I get some of my international exposure in my portfolio through the companies that I'm invested into, like a Tesla or Apple, because they are such international companies. And we have to think about the big picture of not just iPhone sales in the US, but other large markets like China. So we will see. But it is nice to see that Apple is has picked up um, back up over 240. So let me see. Is there any other companies? So, guys, is there any other companies that you've noticed or that you want to take a look at today? Let's see. Like, so I think in my live last week, when we were chatting towards the end, someone had asked if I had added anything new to my portfolio, and I said no. I was just focusing on what I already had, and just, I had some small positions like Meta and Microsoft, and that, I only have like one or two shares. And then I realized that I could have mentioned this company um, that I did. It's only two shares, but I mentioned this in one of my videos recently, but I'm going to share it. And that is ticker symbol CORT, uh, Corcept Therapeutics. I did add two shares to my portfolio. I had put in a limit order back in December and it filled in January. So I had picked up two shares at $48. Just trying to get a feel for, um, I wasn't even sure when I put that order in if it was going to fill because, let me see, let's go back year to date. Let's go back 6 months. So in December, it was late December. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, it was probably in the Yeah, it was probably only a couple of dollars below when I put the order in for $48. Probably around here, maybe 55 to $52. And then it filled early January. One day it filled at exactly the $48 because I had the order sitting in there. And already it's up to currently closed out the week. Um, at 72.72. So let me take a look at my portfolio really quick, if I can find it. I've been having some issues with my phone. I had to delete some apps, and so it made all of my apps shift. So I'm just so used to going to right to a certain spot, but now I have to my brain is fixated on where it should be and it's not in its usual spot anymore. So yeah, I'm up 55.92%. Um, purchased at 48 and um, I'm seeing I don't know why. Yeah, so I'm up $53.68, up $55.92 just on two shares, as I said. So a new addition that I forgot to mention, and I need to come up with a plan on how I'm going to go about this particular one. If I'm going to try to come up with another price point that I put in a limit order in order to continue building this up. You made me put in a call order on the stock. On what stock, Eddie? Yes, CORT is up. Cruise Scratcher, thanks for tuning in. Eddie, I don't know what you're referring to. I made you put in a put. Is the current drop in sales a real change to the company's health? Are you talking about Apple? Okay, so why not is asking what are my thoughts on Tesla's long term considering the increased dislike of the owner? Uh, I'm gonna continue holding my Tesla. I think that what the people's reaction to Elon is one thing, but I'm thinking about also his relationship with the current administration and our current president, as well as the advancements that he is trying to drive when it comes to, the robot. And I think as autonomous vehicles goes, he will try to do his best to compete with Waymo and other companies. But it's always been a more volatile investment in both my portfolio and my daughter's. But I'm glad that I have the exposure, and for now, I'm going to continue to hold. I have no intention of getting rid of my Tesla. But let me see. When it comes to, yeah, I guess Tesla is it's up there as a position that I hold. It's kind of up there with Google and Amazon, for example. So I have been putting work in over the years to gain my exposure there. But, you know, like I said, a more volatile position, but I'm not gonna I think, I think he has other endeavors that, besides the cars. I when Even with the cars, when it comes to just like Apple, when you think of certain things, certain people, that's it. Like Apple is their standard. When it comes to electric vehicles, I think that for many, that Tesla is still their standard. And he hopefully will try to do his best to connect and resolve any issues that he has. But being his connections can also assist in that. All right. So you hate autocorrect. What did it autocorrect? Okay. What do you like? Well, okay, so I'll tell you, one of my mentors, Keenan Grace, had mentioned CORT in a video that he was referring to on potential investments for 2025, and that's when I placed the order. And he mentioned a few companies that I wasn't familiar with, but because I did not have exposure to pharmaceuticals, really direct exposure to a pharmaceutical company in my portfolio, I decided to add it because of that. And I didn't just jump right in. Um, I'm no chart goat, so I don't give a lot of technicals on buy prices when I do my videos, but just because I mention something doesn't necessarily mean jump in today. You can take your time. There are certain investments like my VTI that I've been sharing my journey on. I invest $10 every day into VTI. Then there are other investments, and I have shared this that I set alerts for in order to make sure that I'm getting a price that I really am striving to get, and then I can go heavier on those red days in order to build up my portfolio. It's not just going to be a biweekly or daily or whatever type of investment. And because of that, I'll have to have money available so that I can go heavier on those red days. But that's how I go about it. And like I said, especially if I'm going to be buying a fractional share, if it's going to be, for example, something more substantial in price, like Netflix, which I do not have in my portfolio. But I just wanted to use that as an example because a higher price point just like Meta and even Microsoft, things that and every you may not have $500 to $1,000 to invest in one shot by buying one share. So even though I'm going to be going at it little by little, I'm going to be trying to catch it at those prices when there is a dip. So for example, when it comes to um, Netflix, I was gonna say around 1,000, 100, 1,007. I did not even realize it was about it had gone up to 1,058. Wow. Wow. Really thriving. So, that's a way to go about building your portfolio. And because the money when it's sitting in the investment app, it's gaining interest. So I feel like, you know, I need the money for investing. I can give it a chance. I can give it a couple of weeks to sit there, gain interest. I know that it's there. It's going to get invested. I'm not going to let it sit there for a year uninvested, but I can also give myself that time to make sure that I'm catching those days when I can go harder in my investments, as well as be ready for my regular investments. And, I'm not going to necessarily wait too long um, and let time pass, because I have to look at the big picture of, sometimes I'm not going to be like someone said, I'm not going to buy Palantir all the way up at $60 or something. Recently, I was talking about that. Someone had said that. Here we are, Palantir. And everyone in the comments reaction was the days of certain companies at $50 or 40, 20. We're not going to see those days again. So I have to have my eyes open and come up with the plan that is right for me when it comes to these investments. But having those alerts, which I can go in my investment apps, I can go in. If you're not familiar with what I mean when I say that, I put in, if it drops by a certain percentage or comes down to a certain price point, my phone alerts me. I'll have a message. And this works for me, especially if you are doing fractional shares. Like the example that I showed you with the CORT, ticker symbol CORT, CORSEP, that one was only, $48 for the whole share. So I was able to put that $90 was available. But I'm using, I think you guys, I don't know if I'm going on too much, but you guys get the picture. If it's something that's a larger amount, I may only be investing $100 total. So if I'm going to be investing $100 into Netflix, not buying a full share of Netflix in one shot, then those alerts help me to pinpoint that price point, and I can go in and place my order for the fractional share on that particular day. So, oh wow, James, thanks for stopping by. Um, so, and yeah, and the share price, I see Chocolate Drop is mentioning that she didn't realize that Netflix share price was that high. I don't know if my mouse is dead or what. Let me see. No, it's over there. Yeah, remember the stock price is not tied to the stock performance. So don't let that influence what you feel about a certain investment. You have to do your research, because many companies do stock splits in order to keep their price lower. So if someone was to offer me Apple stock, or I know there's I can't think of what it is right now. Is it AutoZone? See, AutoZone's price per share, $3,400. If someone was going to offer you uh, $3,500 worth of AutoZone stock or $3,500 worth of CrowdStrike or Palantir or Meta. Don't think that the stock price is tied to the stock performance. I would take many other companies above taking shares in AutoZone. So that's all. So guys, for any of you guys that are still here that tuned in late, today's show, I was talking about just going through some stocks that some big companies, large portfolio managers. We were first talking about Nancy P and Tempus AI. We were talking a little bit about Nvidia's portfolio adjustments and some of the new additions, as well as Warren Buffett over at Berkshire Hathaway, new additions, increase holdings, increase positions, reduce positions, and things that these big portfolio managers have maintained, exited, everything. So, guys, listen, watch this one back if these are some companies that you may be interested in, as well as just the names of who they are in case you want to try to keep up with the news for next time, next quarter, or next time around when they make these adjustments to their portfolio so that you can be in tune with it. The one that we looked at, was it WRD ticker symbol? Let's see. Yeah, we ride. When this announcement came out at with Nvidia making adjustments to their portfolio, this is a company that they bought into, and it was up 83.46% on the day. And I mentioned earlier in the show that just because I'm mentioning these companies or when a company does something like this, it may not mean that this is going to last, that this is going to be, that is a definite graduated stock that is a long-term hold with, that you just add to your portfolio and don't have to watch. They may be still at trade status, but just want to bring this to your attention because I am interested in what these big names do. So, guys, I hope you guys are staying warm wherever you are and not dealing with too much ice and snow. I had two friends and a family member yesterday that slipped on ice and fell on the same day. And I know one person fell on stairs, one fell on flat grounds, but yeah, very cold and icy and snow. So whether you're whether you're driving, walking, whatever it is, just be safe, and be safe cleaning snow. Just be safe with everything that is going on out there. I've only left the house just for a short drive today, and it wasn't that bad because it has rained a bit and it's kind of just slushy now. It's not like a sheet of ice out there, but we all have to be careful, especially you guys that live in areas where you're not used to getting so much ice and snow and these weather conditions that you're not used to driving in on a regular basis. So please be safe out there and take your time. But yeah, does anybody have any other companies they want to take a look at before we wrap up for today? Thank you guys for tuning in. And let me know if you have any suggestions for any other topics. This is kind of just an open topic, different companies that I was thinking about. Kind of a little bit inspired. I don't know if David is still here. David he had his live the other night and he was talking about it was Apple dividend day. And I was like, it is? I didn't even know. Okay, so Cruise Scratcher asking about Doc stock. I'm not familiar with it. Let's pull it up. So it is a leader when it comes to is it well, I'm throwing extra words in here. It is among the health information services stocks outpacing the market in 2025. So I'm not familiar with it. Rating downgraded as near term upside is priced in. Okay, so they just got a downgrade. Let's see, revenue, income. Is this something that you're holding in your portfolio? Medical, okay, so it's online networking service for medical professionals. I'm not familiar with this company year to date. Oops, did it change? Looks like it changed up. But yeah, definitely thriving over the last year, up 154%. Let's take a look at what it's doing. How much more should I put into Apple to see a nice profit? Hitting that like button. Thank you, Lionel. Chocolate Drop just got in medical social media. I'm taking a look. I'm trying to pull up a little bit more information on docs. One second. Sorry, guys. My daughter is texting me. Um, Yeah, I would need to take some more time to look at it. It has thrived over the last year, but it seems like analysts are expecting a slowdown on the way that it's going to be moving. But the price targets are high of $90, but mostly in the maybe 70 to $88 range, a lower range. But we saw that there was a headline just from yesterday um, that they were getting a downgrade. So I don't know how long you've been in it, but I don't know if it's been over a year already, but I can see that they have really been thriving on the year market cap PE ratio. Um, okay, so I tuned in late. I will catch the replay. Thank you, the one. Appreciate that. Just taking a quick look back at the chat. Thank you, Hope TV, for stopping by. Yes, I did. Yes, David was talking about Apple Dividend Day. I did receive my dividend the next day, and I saw it was reinvested. Let's see. Now, Chocolate Drop, I I don't know how to answer your question because I don't have any context as to how much Apple stock you have, what other things, other positions you have in your portfolio. Um, and everyone has a different starting point. I've been investing into Apple for about 5 years now, and you really can't. There's no rhyme or reason. Every stock, it moves independently, and um, even though it's one of the first things that I invested into when I started investing outside of my 401k. Um, Even though, yeah, it's I've been investing into Apple longer, up higher when it comes to Tesla and Amazon and um, several other positions in my portfolio. Even Meta, which is a very recent addition to my portfolio, I'm up 52.52%. And right now, my Apple position, I'm up 59.24%. So, um, it's hard for me to give any insight on how much you should invest into Apple. Um, but you can always reach out to me if you want to talk more specifically on any insights on how to plan investing. As far as getting guidance on your retirement account, you always can reach out to them directly. But I'm all about having additional investments for our kids and for ourselves, potentially for early retirement or things that we may need. Um, like a new car or something like that. I want my money to be working hard, and if I can have it invested for a few years and then I have to take profit on something in order to buy a car or do a large repair or something like that, I'll have to do that. Right now, I've been in that mode of I'm still in the building phase, so I really haven't had the need to sell any of my investments for something like that. But one day I will have to. So, um, I know why not just share that they have 250 shares of Apple. I know that David is in the chat. He has worked up his one. I believe it's a retirement account, not a taxable account, an IRA, that he has 100 shares of Apple. I am almost to 60 shares. Um, but you know, if I could investing, I want everyone to be investing, but what investment to go the hardest on, that's where you need to do the research. That's where you have to find your comfort level, especially if you're going to be someone who's just holding it long term and not watching it and wanting to constantly have to rebalance and make adjustments to your portfolio. But Apple has not disappointed as an investment. Obviously, if I would have invested into Nvidia in that same time frame and at the same rate, it would have been more significant, but I didn't know, and we don't have that crystal ball. Oh, why not said he's not there yet. You're striving to get to 250 shares. So, yeah. And when it comes to Apple, I did just receive my Apple dividend on Friday, but not a significant dividend payer when it comes to Apple. But I'm glad to get a dividend from any investment that I hold, and I have the drip on for Apple. I'll probably share more, the detail when I do my next dividend update. So, but no stock market tomorrow for the holiday. Guys, be safe. Enjoy President's Day. And thank you for tuning in. Make sure to leave me any comments and have that notification bell on. Please give this video a thumbs up. Can I get a week? I meant to, I've been here. I haven't said it the whole show. I'm sitting on cash right now, and any company in my portfolio I love, I don't love, I'm selling it. Yeah. So, yeah, my 2 companies. Does anybody in the chat know those 2 companies that have me annoyed that I don't have so much love for? Um, I lost my train of thought. Apple is definitely one of your favorites, yes. Um, I was gonna say something. Oh, I was saying that I wanted to get 100 likes. I know. Why not? Exactly. Disney is definitely one of them. I'll tell you what the other is. It's Target. You said something about it's been a week. Oh, every week I I said before I started the show, I said to myself that I was gonna ask at like every 5 or 10 minutes to give the video a thumbs up so I can have a week when I actually get 100 thumbs up on my live stream. But of course, I forgot and just started talking and talking and talking. And I don't even know how many thumbs up do I have? Can somebody let me know? 'Cause I know, guys, you guys come in and out throughout the hour, and, um, I just a little goal that I have for myself, but, uh, that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. 42 likes. Okay, thank you, Chocolate Job, appreciate that. Um, and I will be back next Sunday, and it's been I meant to look this up too, and I forgot. I'm forgetful today. It's been over a year now that I've been doing my, 3 PM Eastern Standard Time, Sunday live stream. Thank you guys who have been tuning in pretty much from the start. I appreciate your support, and I hope that this gives you a chance to get to know me better. For those of you who prefer live streams to videos, I just want to continue to tune in and be here and do the lives. And thank you to Miss V for all the encouragement on, especially when I first started doing the lives. Yes, I remember when you started. Yes. So I try to keep to my same time slot so you guys know when you guys can catch me live. But I will be trying to maybe incorporate some more throughout the week. I have done a few over the last few weeks with some guests. So, and if there is anyone who ever would like to collaborate, feel free to reach out. Don't be shy. Um, Thank you so much for spending time here today, Cruise Scratcher. I appreciate that. And I will see you throughout the week. Make sure to have that notification bell so you can keep up with all of my videos, live streams, shorts, everything that I put out. And I will see you next week. Well, you will see me throughout the week, but I will definitely be back live on next Sunday. So thanks for watching. And okay, bye.